Hi guys, I'm going to teach you how to do the repetition and pattern assignment. So we're going to start with our sketchbook. I have a piece of paper already cut out. You can do it that way, or you can just draw like a 2-inch square in your box that's roughly this size. And we're just creating like a really small drawing at first. So I'm going to use my cardstock image because I think it's easier to like have it so you can like flip it around. But if you don't have scissors, that is okay. So I'm drawing in a Sharpie, but you can draw on a pencil. It doesn't matter to me. And you're just going to create like a really simplistic design using some lines. So I'm going to start with like a squiggly line. And I'm going to do another one that kind of like mirrors that one. I'm going to add a couple of lines. I'm going to add some lines going that way, and I'm trying to keep it really, really, really simplistic so as to not overcomplicate anything. So I've got this nice design, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to go onto a new piece of paper in my sketchbook, and I'm going to draw a grid that is roughly the same size as my square. So my sketchbook is pretty small, which is good. Your grid doesn't have to be totally perfect, but as accurate as you possibly can get it is good. The square kind of helps me create a guide for how big to make it. And that's my rough grid. So I'm going to take the information from this square and I'm basically going to transfer it to my design. So in the top square here, I'm just going to give it a top boundary as well. I'm going to start with my squiggle line and the other squiggle line. These lines here. And then this is where this little piece of paper comes in handy. So for the next one, maybe you want to flip it or flip it upside down. You can alternate it, or you can do the exact same direction that you had previously. I think I'm going to flip it upside down. I kind of like the way that looks. It's really up to you and what you want your pattern to look like when it's done. So this helps me know where to draw which lines. Gives me a little bit of a visual guide. And then again with this one, you can flip it, maybe go back to how it was before. I'm going to kind of do it that way, and I'm also going to use that as kind of like a rough guide. So like, I'm just going to kind of extend these lines and then flip everything around. So now I still have room for my squiggly. The top lines and the bottom lines. And then maybe we'll go this direction. So from here, you can kind of play around with some of the visual elements, whatever like looks right to you. And then do the opposite one over here. And then you're just going to kind of like repeat this process through your entire grid so that every single one of your squares has your new design or your new pattern. Kind of play around with this one here, and I'm going to really switch it up. And it's okay to use it any direction because your elements are always going to be the same. So once you've traced it onto every bit of your image here, you can see that I've got a pattern starting to form. And then once you have all your lines down, you can figure out what you want to turn to be darker. You can add shading, color some in. You can add more lines. So right here I see I've got this funny squiggle pattern forming. So I might add some more squiggle lines to that just to define that piece of pattern. So that makes it a little bit more dynamic. I'm going to add some color, well, not color, but I'm going to color this part in to kind of make the eye go that direction. And then I'm going to color in this way to go that direction. If you want to do this part bit by bit, it might help you decide where to go from here. So I've still got this one that's empty. So I could figure out how I want to integrate this line into my pattern. But you're essentially just going to keep going and figure out how you want to repeat everything from your little square here. And your whole page will be filled up at the end.